Hey guys, welcome to my YouTube channel. For those of you that don't know me, my name's D. You can also call me Happy. I'm in front of my work right now, Swish Barbershop. It's a pretty slow day today, so I'm shooting some content. Today we're going to be talking about the Gamma Stylecraft ERGO clippers. So the reason that I bought these clippers, I was using the 1919 Senior clippers, the all-metal Senior, and was finding them to be a little too heavy for my liking. It was just not feeling right. My shoulder was a little sore at the end of the day every day, and so I decided to pick these up instead. I was a little bit hesitant to buy these clippers just because I'm usually a wall guy. I don't think anyone that I know personally has a Gamma clipper. I've seen them on JT the Barber's Instagram page. I've seen a couple other people's barber pages. They looked sweet. The shape of them looked really nice and they looked like they might be what I needed. But I was a little hesitant to kind of pull the trigger on them just because I don't know anyone that personally has these. I'm going to try to give you guys something as clear-cut as possible, as transparent as I can. Obviously, I'm going to still be a little bit biased because I have my preferences when it comes to clippers, but I'll try to be as fair as I can. We're going to break this down into 3 parts today. First is going to be my initial thoughts, the unboxing. You're going to be able to see what you get out of like the whole package. The second part is going to be kind of some action shots. You get to see it in action. You get to see what it does, how it sounds, looks, and feels. And then the third part is going to be my final conclusion on it. Hopefully this helps you figure out if this is something that you actually want to add to your arsenal of clippers. All right, without further ado, let's get right into it. Cheers. So right off the rip, I was pretty impressed with the packaging here. There's different finishes on the front, like there's a matte and a shine. This also is a magnet box. So the packaging is opened with a magnet, closed with a magnet. If you're a geek like me, you'd probably like little touches like that. Opening it up, you have all the different color options you can have with this satin blue, satin pink, and a matte black. I'm usually a sucker for all black, but I like the colors here. Very pretty clipper. Comes with a click lever as well as a fade blade. I believe you can also buy a separate taper blade if that's your thing. I personally like the fade blades though. I've actually never had a clipper with a dock or a charging stand before, so that's pretty cool. Don't know if I'll use it, but may as well give it a try. The different clipper lids, lots of different options to choose from. Just wanted to throw a couple beauty shots in here for you just so you can see what it looks like from different angles, different colors. I'm probably gonna stick with the blue personally, but I don't know, might switch it up. Let me know what your favorite color is down in the comments. So with this shot right here on its side, I wanted to draw some attention to the shape of the clipper. This clipper is called the ERGO. I would assume that's short for ergonomic, and it's pretty well and aptly named. It fits in the hand really, really nicely, as you can see right here. The lever is in a pretty good position. It's not awkward to reach or anything. It just feels really good in the hand. Right out of the box, I personally found that the lever is a little stiff. That's just my taste. But if you feel the same, you could definitely loosen it a little bit with a screwdriver. So here's everything else that comes in the box. You can watch for yourself. I'm not going to go into details about all of this, but one thing I wanted to point out was that it comes with magnetic guards. I'm probably not going to use them. This clipper does fit the wall and the Babyliss guards, so I'll use my wall premium guards on this thing. It's like kind of a nice thing to know before buying it, just so you don't have to switch guard systems. The extra screws are actually kind of a nice touch, in case you lose one while you're opening it up to clean it or to switch the clipper lids. It's pretty cool. This little screwdriver that it comes with is actually pretty cool. It's magnetic, so you don't lose all your little screws. It's good for the body, changing out the lids, but I would personally use a beefier screwdriver if you want to zero gap or change the blade. Here's all the charging stuff it comes with. Pretty standard charger. It doesn't really fit on any other clipper, so you're not going to be able to use it for your wall or Babyliss clippers. It's going to be only for this Gamma clipper, but it's pretty sturdy. It goes in really nicely. It's not too hard to do it. You're going to see me struggle here a little bit. That's just because I'm standing over my camera setup while doing this. It's not actually that hard. This clipper has a 100-minute runtime, so that's definitely enough for a couple haircuts. In the spirit of full transparency, there's actually one thing about this clipper that I don't entirely like. So I want you to watch and listen very carefully. At the end of the lever, when you're about to have the blade fully open, it almost doesn't want to get in that notch. That's my only concern about this. All that being said, I'm very excited to use this clipper. I'm pumped to see how it's going to stand up against other clippers in the price range. I'll put all the information just up on the screen so you can see what it's going to be like. I'm from Canada, so I'll put the US conversion as well. And the only thing left to do would be to test the performance. Let's go. Here are some clips from a haircut that I did on my friend and client Michael. I left the audio on so you could hear the way it sounds. It has a kind of a metallic crunch sound when it's cutting. I don't know about the rest of you guys, but I rely a lot on the way a clipper sounds when it cuts when I'm doing my fades, so this was super awesome to have. It's also worth noting that the clipper itself is very quiet. That's a plus. This client has hair that's a little bit on the thicker side, pretty thick. In just a second, you're about to see where I feel like this clipper falls a little bit short. So if you didn't see that, while I was debulking, the clipper snagged a little bit right there. This isn't the end of the world, but also for a clipper that has a 10,000 RPM motor, which is actually more than the Senior, you would think I'd have a little bit more power. This is my good friend Skylar, and he's got more medium density hair. As you can see, this clipper with this hair type is kind of mowing through it, no problem. But when it comes to super thick and super coarse, this clipper does not perform as well as the Senior or the Master. In other words, I don't trust it to kind of one pass debulk everything. I definitely would have to give it multiple strokes. The guy sitting in my chair right now is actually another barber. I work with him. He cut me up the other day using this clipper, and I have to say that it's pretty nice having these clippers used to cut your hair. They're not loud, they don't vibrate that much on the scalp. Pretty sweet. You can kind of form your own opinions on the click taper arm or like the free-flowing taper arm. That's going to be up to you to decide. But for me, I found that the taper arm on this particular clipper with the notches in it, it was a little bit stiffer than the Babyless clipper that I own, the Black FX. But I found that I actually liked that stiffness in the taper arm. It made it really fun for detailing, just kind of clicking it down a notch. Super satisfying and great. So to me, this clipper feels kind of like a cross between a Wall Magic Clip and a Babyless FX clipper. It's quiet, it stays pretty cool, and it zero gaps super nicely. Honestly, I wish there was a little bit more power, kind of on par with like a Senior or like an Andis Master. But despite that, I've barely touched any other clippers this past 3 weeks that I've had it. Granted, I do a lot of like very close like skin fades and tapers, and I think this is what this clipper is best at. But yeah, I haven't touched any other clippers for the past little bit. It just feels that nice to cut with. Ideally, I would run this alongside a secondary clipper like a Senior or a Master, or even a detachable blade clipper like the Auster 76 or the Octane. to me, that would be the ideal pairing for this clipper. So if you made it this far, thanks for watching. I appreciate your support. Don't forget to comment your favorite color of the clipper down below, the blue, the pink, or the black. If you like my content, definitely sub and like. And also, if you want to see more of this, because I took all these pictures, I did most of the video, and I did all the editing. So if you like my content, I'll put my Instagram link up on the screen, and you can check more of it out. Until next time, happy out.